Hi, my name is Danica, and I am reading the fifth book of Peace by Maxine Hong Kingston. Kingston was born October 27th, 1940, in Stockton, California. She is the eldest of six first generation Chinese American children. She currently lives in California with her husband. She graduated in 1962 from University of California, Berkeley. She taught at Sunset High School from in the 1966-67 school year in Haywood, California, then moved to Hawaii. There, she taught in a variety of positions for 10 years before her first book was published in 1976. She has published six books, a collection of prose sketches, and edited another work. She has received numerous awards, including the 1976 National Book Critics Circle Award for Nonfiction for her first book, The Woman Warrior: Memoirs of a Girlhood Among Ghosts, the American Book Award for Nonfiction for her book Chinamen, and the National Medal of Arts in 2014, recognizing her contributions to American literature and culture. Her writing was influenced by Virginia Woolf and Walt Whitman. As a matter of fact, she named her main character in Trip Master Monkey, Whitman Ah Sing, in honor of Whitman. Her contemporary authors that also explored themes of culture, history, and identity were James Baldwin and Toni Morrison, among others. To go into some of the book that I read so far, during the drive home from her family's performing of the funeral rites for her father, she found out about the Oakland Hills fire of 1991. She drove home as quickly as possible to save the book she had been working on and several family keepsakes. When she called her mother to tell her about the fire and not being able to find the items in the house, her mother focused on the idea that her father protected her by keeping her away from danger, by keeping her away from home. I'm someone who has a deep faith that there's a plan in place from a higher power. Even though we may not see what is happening or understand why, everything happens for some greater purpose, even the horrible things. The person who it happens to may not be the person that receives the benefit, but there is someone who will either learn a lesson or in some way benefit from it. In a weird way, it's kind of like the butterfly effect. As far as a passage I didn't like, it's not so much that I didn't like it, it just kind of left me a little disconcerting. Disconcerted. She talks about having an issue with the flag. She says, quote, "I have an ambivalence about the flag. It is a battle flag, a war flag, and I don't like being patriotically roused and led to war. The red, white, and blue stands for competition and nationalism. I want it to stand for peace and cooperation. I get scared of my fellow Americans going crazy, crazy as it waves. Because of that dramatic, unburned American flag, our part of the fire would keep appearing in the news. A CNN reporter called our area a, quote, picturesque burnscape. A reporter for a college paper interviewed me and translated my burbling. Quote, so, you saw the flag and realized that you transcended the fire, end quote. I was dismayed. He was a writer, yet locked inside the flag symbol. You have the flag. You win. Again, it's not that I don't like the passage. I just was left feeling uncomfortable. I can understand wanting peace. I think that in general, most of us want peace. No one wants to fight unless they feel threatened or attacked. That said, the way she addresses the flag as a battle flag and referring to it as being used to patriotically rouse and lead to war, it just feels very unpatriotic to me. I have very strong feelings about our nation, a great respect for our military, and the sacrifices that they and their families have made have led me to have such a different view of the flag and what it represents. Her statement feels ungrateful, disrespectful for those who have ever serve our great nation and disloyal to her fellow Americans. As the child of immigrants, I would think her parents would have explained why they came, and that some of those reasons might have been some of the very reasons or very things that that flag truly represents. Thus far, the book has only dealt with the fire and some of the aftermath of it. So the only symbol or American theme she has really touched on has been that flag. I don't know that I've gotten far enough into it to expose the message that Kingston is trying to convey. Um, I am very intrigued by the cultures I anticipate exploring. Like I said, she did discuss a little bit about being at her father's, going through her father's funeral rituals. So she has discussed some of the Chinese culture. From the research I did on the book before I selected it, I believe she may also look into some Vietnamese culture. So I am looking forward to all of that. I do want to thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you again and have a great day.